I believe the Lions can bounce back, absolutely. So don't jump off the train just yet. I know so many people want to. I know so many people have grabbed their bags and they're getting ready to hobo it right off the train. Just stick around. Welcome back to an all-new episode here, Let's Talk Lions. My name is Jay. Thank you for hanging out. Here we are in a situation where back in week 4, I had purchased tickets to a game this summer, Lions Broncos, and I was pretty excited about it. Week 4 hit, and I was like, this is going to be the worst game of the year. Broncos suck. Well, looks like I was wrong. The Broncos are on a winning spree. If I'm not wrong, I believe it's 6 out of 7 of their last games they have won. They are kind of the equivalent of what we were last year, hitting that stride at the end of the season, jockeying for a playoff spot. Heck, Broncos are jockeying for a division title in the same way that we are trying to hold on to the division title as a possibility. So this game brings in a lot of odd, peculiar, tough things coming in, right? You've got the Broncos going for that division title. You got us trying to go for that division title. Heck, Broncos just trying to, both of us just trying to secure a playoff spot. You have Dan Campbell versus Sean Payton. You've got Sutton on Sutton. Russell Wilson redeeming his career. Jared Goff trying to bounce back. St. Brown trying to bounce back. There's a ton happening. Now, some of the biggest news coming into this, I think, really is C.J. Gardner-Johnson, C.D. Deuce, whatever he's going by. C.J. Gardner-Johnson is off the IR. Now, Coach Campbell made it pretty clear. He was like, hey, I promise you, you will not see him playing tomorrow or in 2 days at that point, which obviously nobody would expect C.J. Gardner-Johnson to suit up for this game. He had that pec injury. He had to get surgery. It was back in week 2 against Seattle. And the big thing for me with Gardner-Johnson is let's get him healthy and ready by Dallas. There's no reason to put him in. He's got that 21-day practice period. Let's just let him get back to where he needs to be. And I would just tell him straight up, you're not playing tomorrow and you're not playing against Minnesota. We're going to get you ready for Dallas. Make sure you're healthy, good to go. Start getting those practice reps. And then you've got James Houston, who we might not see until the last game of the season against Minnesota. So C.J. Gardner-Johnson coming back bodes well for our struggling defense. Bodes well for Cam Sutton getting some of that pressure released off of him, and really Jerry Jacobs and all his heights and lows this season. So getting Gardner-Johnson back right before the playoffs in time to get some reps in, that's huge. It's huge. Coming into this game, the boys want it bad. This is a game that the boys are going to have to dog out and fight like hell for, because the Broncos are not going to make this easy. They are on the upswing. We are hitting that turbulence in the center or in the middle. Lions have to bounce back for this game. Some of my biggest worries, honestly, is Denver's defense, specifically with turnovers. Denver, in the last 5 games, has forced 2+ turnovers a game. They are forcing turnovers all day, and the problem is we are allowing turnovers all day offensively, whether they be fumbles, Jared Goff throwing picks, just a lot of struggles in the turnover department. And if we don't have these turnovers, we're winning these games, straight up. We're not having these turnovers. We're finding ways to win, but the problem is we are turning the ball over constantly and egregiously. So if you have Denver, who's picking up 2+ a game, and we're giving up 2+ a game, heck, man, that does not sit well. It does not sit well with me. We need Goff to kind of find that stride again. First 8 games of the season, he just looked locked in. He looked clear eyes, full heart, can't lose. That's right, Friday Night Lights. That's how Goff looked. Last 5 weeks, there's been a shaky element to him where I don't know if it's because the division is sitting there and the pressure is on. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look as locked in. But I do think that recorrects itself. Every team has their struggles and their turbulence throughout the season. They do. Ours hit now. I'd rather it hit now than I'd rather it hit when it hit over the last 4 weeks than starting now and ending out into the playoffs with turbulence. If we hit that turbulence now, let's bounce back. And I believe they can. I believe absolutely they can. We have the team to do it. We got to find that swagger again. We got to find the strength. We got to actually execute, hit JMO, and defensively hold down the fort. I believe the Lions can bounce back absolutely. So don't jump off the train just yet. I know so many people want to. I know so many people have grabbed their bags and they're getting ready to hobo it right off the train. Just stick around. Stick around because, yes, we have hit our turbulence, but the Lions can find it again. We have 4 games left. That's a lot of football. It's a lot of football to get back to where we need to be and to what we were. Find it, straighten it up, and let's go. Because if we could do that, we head into playoffs on the upswing. That's all you need. And once you get into the dance, you're in the dance. I don't care if we get in there as a wild card or division. Obviously, I want the division. But anything can happen when you get into the dance. So don't jump ship yet. If you already have, sayonara, Sammy. But I feel good. I feel good looking at the end of this schedule. We just got to win 2 of these. I saw like 16 different combinations. It might have been Pride of Detroit put it out of all the different ways the Lions can clinch a playoff scenario, at least a playoff berth this week, tomorrow. And that begins with the Lions beating the Broncos. Going to be a tough game. Going to be a real tough game. Sean Payton's out for blood and to prove that the mentor still can whip the protege into shape and show him who's boss. So it's kind of like, old man strength, wrestling your father. You're 16. You're like, I can do this. Your old man just puts you on the ground. He's like, you're an idiot. Gotcha. That's what this feels like going into this game. So I know that it really comes down to, if we want a playoff berth, let's beat them and then let the chips fall where they may. It's going to come down to like Seattle losing and then either the Vikings losing, the Packers losing, whatever. You can check it out on Pride of Detroit. I saw that they had like 16 different scenarios. It's pretty funny. And let's go. This is a big game. This is a big game. Let's win it. Let's win this game and get to where we need to go before heading to Minnesota with 3 games left in the season. But that is it, man. Gonna be tough. Gonna be tough. I'll be there, running around, going nuts in the stands. Should be a good time. Unless we lose. Also, 8:15 at night. Ugh. Should have chose a flex game. Because I like to be in bed by like 9:15.